Hey guys, welcome to Butte Mountain Homestead. Today's video, I want to come on here and say hi first, and then I'm gonna work on a couple things, and then a little bit later, when the sun's not so bright, I'm going to do a August tour. I've worked on some things as far as weed goes and cutback goes, but it's gonna be the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's just how it is. I've lost a couple plants for sure. From the extreme heat and the grasshoppers. One is a ceanothus that was in our fire pit area, and I'll show that all during the tour. But it is going to be a long video, so if you don't want to see a long garden tour video, then just skip over this one. I wish you would watch it, but if it doesn't interest you, that's fine. I've noticed some of my views. I don't have that many views, which is fine. I make the videos anyways for me, and like I said, to inspire at least one person. So hopefully you guys are enjoying them. If you want to see some different content, remember I'm homesteading. I show the gardening, the canning, the cooking, the cleaning, the thrifting, the decorating, crafting, problems, harvesting, starting seeds, projects we're working on, goats, chickens, all of that. I know timing is everything, but sometimes I do things when I have time to do them. So it may not be what fits into the algorithm or what's trending right now. Where I live, it's still hot. Today was actually kind of nice. But when it's hot outside, I mean, my lawn almost died. You know what I mean? You can see behind, I'm trying to recover on it. We had a scare with the water earlier this week, and luckily Jean fixed it, but it was just one of the wires came disconnected, and so that we thought we were without water, or we were without water, but we thought it was the well went dry, but luckily it hasn't. So, not sure where I was going with that. Oh, is I show things as I do them. You know, if I feel like harvesting peppers and putting up peppers, or I feel like going thrifting because I need fall clothes or fall decorations, that's what I'm going to show. So I know it may not be what everybody wants to see. That's okay. I'm going to still keep doing videos. We're coming up on the 2-year mark in September. So I'm hoping to have exceeded, well, I will have exceeded 200 videos by then. Actually, I think I have more than that. No, I have close to 200, but I'm trying to put out at least one a week, sometimes more. The 25th, which is next Sunday, a week from today, we will be out of town, but I'm going to try to do some filming before that to show why we're out of town, so it'll be a little bit a different video for next week. So today's video, like I said, is going to be showing things that have bounced back, things that are doing really well since the grasshopper invasion just in July, you know, part of June and July. So I'm really looking forward to that. So anyways, I'm going to work on a few things, and then when the sun starts to go down a little bit and the lighting's a little bit better and not so harsh, then I will show more. So anyways, I'll see you in a little bit, guys. Okay, I'm back. I got quite a bit done, but like I said, it's far from being perfect, but it'll do for right now until it starts getting cooler on more days. So I'm standing, excuse the shadow. There's the west side garden, the ebb tide roses. I'm going to start over here. The photinias need to be weeded really bad, as you can tell. This area needs to be weeded, so that's on my list. I'm only one gal, guys. Gene helps with the big projects when he can, and I try to get the rest done when I can. But anyways, so I'm just giving this some water. I haven't gotten that drip finished yet. So we've had a sick goat for the last week, and that's taken a lot of time. Yeah, between working and harvesting, and you know, harvesting from the garden and that type of stuff, and just keeping stuff cleaned, it's taking it out of me. So I do need to deadhead the roses, but these things smell amazing. I'm not sure I like the color when they fade, but they are what they are. So but they smell amazing. I will give them that. But look at how much has bounced back. I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit so that you can see. So yeah, look at all of this stuff that bounced back. The irises, look at all of the reseeding that happened. Most of that is the calendula. There's some African daisies in there. And the irises, hollyhocks are bouncing back. The lamb's ear. The Gara took kind of a hit, but we'll hopefully get that back up to par. The forsythia bounced back. Yeah, the hollyhocks are coming in. So everything, I've been trying to pull the bindweed or morning glory, but yeah, look at all of that reseeding that happened. So really happy about that. And I've decided, even though most things look dead that I'm going to show you, I'm still going to leave them for the most part. And I'll tell you which ones I'm going to just pull and which I'm going to leave when I get to them. But yeah, the forsythia is doing really well. The sedum autumn joy, I'm going to zoom back out here. The sedum autumn joy, the raspberries. There are some canes that didn't fare too good, but I'm going to leave those. This one for sure, I think is crispy crittered. Oh, the thorns on those are boogers. I need to pull those African daisies right here. I'm going to wait till they get a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to transplant them because that's where an African daisy was. And then I'm going to wait for another raspberry sucker like that one. And when it's cooler, I'm going to move it to... Actually, I'm not, because I'm going to put T-post right here to be able to support the raspberries. So I'm going to put 2 T-post here, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the end, and then we'll string wire to be able to contain these. So, like I said, I have a sticker. I'm leaving everything because raspberries bloom on new wood. So as of this situation right here, I don't remember what had raspberries on it and what didn't. So if they are technically this year's new wood, then that means they will have raspberries next year. And I don't want to cut off the raspberries. So I'm just leaving everything, and then we'll go from there. Let's see, here's some dead stuff in here, but there'll be enough suckers that pop up that I'll be able to fill in this spot somewhere in here, and then the T-posts are going to go right there. The winter berries bouncing back. Sweet potatoes are doing really good. I literally just leave those alone. I think I've fertilized them. That's about it. I've been pulling weeds and tossing them there because the cart gets full really fast. Yesterday, Gene and I pulled that weed right there. I think he calls it pigweed or popcorn weed. But we pulled that all along the driveway, and he'd be pulling it, and I'd come back with the cart and take it to the pile and come back, and there'd be more piles. So anyways, I'm hoping to get good sweet potato harvest out of this bed. Hopefully you can see it okay with the glare. See, not much to show over there because that's Gene's crawling course area. The grasses came back really well, considering, they've had to try to regrow with it being hot. So I think we're going to actually have true seasons this year. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm trying not to jinx it, but we're supposed to have like a high 80s day, or 80 next Friday, I think. Yeah, next Friday was supposed to be 80, so you better believe I'm going to be outside working all that day. Hopefully we're going to be able to pick up some goat structure, lumber for the goat structure tomorrow, hoping. We brought in calves. Oh, and that's another thing, is Gene's been working hard on getting stuff ready for the sell the calves with his dad and brother. And we got them all in the corral and sorted and weighed and all that. So hopefully they get sold this week. So these are calves that were born last fall, late winter. We also put our steer that we kept out that was born from one of our cows April 20th of 2023. It's due to get processed here the first week of September, so I'm going to video part of that just to show, you know, where our food comes from. I won't show the ugly deed, but that literally is a half a second and is the most humane way. They don't even know, so they just have one bad day, they say, and that's truly it. But he looks really good, so he's actually still out on pasture with the heifers. He's out there somewhere. The replacement heifers are out there, and he's out there still on sedan until that time comes. So we're really fortunate to be able to do that. But let's see, these roses came back. Oh, I just caught myself on a raspberry cane. I'm glad I had pants on. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in here. There is water hooked up in here, so right now I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of letting myself catch up from the weeds and the grasshopper damage. And like I said, we have a sick goat. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with him and keep him healthy. So everything that's here is just how it is going to be for right now. I'm not going to do anything more really. But there's just so many sweet little roses trying to come on. The bougainvillea is surviving if the toads don't unearth the roots. The toads and frogs just love that, just the ground from being damp from the, you know, damp soil. They just love digging in it. So let's see. There's the north garden, north border, I guess. Not much to see really, other than the new growth from that big cutback that I did. Oh, I think it was after the grasshoppers, so about a month ago. That elderberry, it'll come back, but I'm gonna have to do some pruning on it definitely this winter when it's dormant. But when I was pulling weeds through here, because this was all weeds, see all these weeds right here, that's what this was all. So I took an hour and just pulled those real quick, what I could, because I watered really deep yesterday. But that star thistle is covered in bees, and that's some tricky pulling anyways without getting poked. I didn't want to get stung to boot, so it's getting left till dark or until I get to it. So let's see. But yeah, all the new growth on the calendula, the zinnias, their hollyhock, the yarrow. I think this was its like sleeper year, so because it really didn't do anything this year, so hopefully next year it does. Let's see, what do we else we have in here? Poppies. I still haven't got the drip situation set up from the magnolia on, so I have to hand water that still. There's drip there, it's just not hooked to anything. So I have all the parts, it's just doing it. So, and I need to either come in weed whack down the weeds or run the sprinkler, and they just pull right up. As you can see where the moisture stopped. Yeah, moisture stopped right there. So let's see. Agapanthus needs to be pruned back, but I don't do that until late fall because snakes like to hide out in there, and I need to divide them this year. So that's when I'll cut all the dead stalks back, all the dead stuff underneath, and then I'm going to divide them this year. Let's see. Oh, look at this. The desert plains prairie grass. Look, you guys, it took on so much growth this year. Look at that. That was just literally like this big. If I can find a picture in an earlier video, I'll put it up on the screen. But look at that. The little plumes coming up. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I guarantee you Gene would think this was a weed. And he would have weed whacked that down or killed it. Oh, that's going to be pretty. That, in theory, and it is hooked up on drip. So in theory, it should be all of this. That's why I planted it that far back. And then when we do get the fence put in, the north fence, I'm not sure it's going to be next year. We're hoping, but we'll just have to wait and see. But it will pop out on the other side, but I gave it enough room to come up to the edge of the curb here. There is lavender in here somewhere. I didn't reach this far. You can tell we have gophers, pocket gophers. So yeah, I just need to weed in here. There's the lilac. That's a lilac. There's a rudbeckia. I transplanted it and I forgot to cut off the dead foliage, but looks like the juga, which is right here, looks like it's gonna spread pretty good. So I'm excited about that too. But yeah, this is just real life, guys. It's pretty and there's not pretty. I do need to come through if I'm not going to weed these, and I need to pop those seed heads off so they don't reseed themselves. So if anything, I do need to do that. But see, there's that Litchfield angel that got transplanted, was it last fall? So I need to pull, there's a verbena. See that verbena? It shows up everywhere. I mean, it shows up everywhere. So I need to pull that because I do not want it growing in there. Let's see, I didn't plant anything in between here because I knew the Litchfield angel, how big they can get. So if anything, I could put some sort of tree situation, low tree, or a big shrub, or like an evergreen, a low evergreen right in here. So that's something I'm considering. So, and see, hawthorn, spirea, there's the verbena. This I did want to grow. So there's hollyhocks. There's one echinacea that survived that I did a transplant on. So one survived all that heat situation. There's a sedum autumn joy. There's another one. I don't think there's anything in between them, so they can technically grow and touch, and the hollyhocks will grow behind it, so that'll be okay. See, that spirea might end up getting in the way, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I do have something growing there. That is a plant, but I have no idea what it is. I have an idea. I'm just not sure. There's a volunteer cherry tomato, and I think something helped itself. I had two or three tomatoes down here, and they're gone. So, but it's starting to load up. But yeah, I need to pull all this business I need to pull. Need to weed whack in here. There's the back side of the cottage garden. This side of the vegetable garden. So let's go in there. Oh, I'll show you some of my problem areas. The irises are going to get pruned back in October. The Eden roses, they're doing okay. I think they're going to do okay. They did do some blooms, so I think we're okay there. Let's see. Sorry for the glare. Let's see where it's, there we go. Let's see, the hydrangea, the little limelight hydrangea. I noticed the other day that the emitter's not working on there, so I need to switch out that emitter. I thought I did it when I did that one, and I did not. So I've been supplement watering this one. The mama quail had her babies, so I can prune back the rest of the artemisia. So yeah, the hollyhocks, that's a rose of Sharon. The calendula, echinacea, African daisy, they're all doing their thing. Oh, I need to pull that plant. I put it in there to make sure it got watered, and the heat just zapped it. So there's a forsythia bouncing back. Let's see. So that spray that I did, which I knew some things wouldn't like it, the echinacea in here did not like it at all, really. So I am going to cut back some of the ugly stuff. Now the yarrow in here did better. I don't know if it's because it gets a little bit more shade in the afternoon, but see that new growth on there? I mean, I did that from seed, but that's the best little stem I've seen so far. And let's see, there's a buddleia and a pot that survived. Yeah, so all of this is doing fairly okay. I'm taking it considering what loss and how much heat we had, I'm taking it. So, and that's a volunteer echinacea that I'm saving, or I'm letting grow here till late fall. Same with that one. I'm just letting the volunteer things do what they're gonna do. And then, see, look at all those volunteers. I'm just gonna let them do what they're gonna do, and then I will transplant them in the fall. And there's a verbena that I don't want there, so I'm gonna move that, or just get rid of it. There's a zinnia that I did from seed. I just put the seed in the ground, so that's a late bloomer. I'm hoping that's the green one. Hope that's the green zinnia. So now I'll show you what died. But this I don't think I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna take it all the way down to the ground because I think this was actually a water issue, not necessarily a spray issue. And if it is a water issue, then it does need a little bit more water than what the statistics are for it. They say they're extremely high drought tolerant, that even in Northern California that they need very little water. Well, this thing's crispy crittered, so Gene's gonna have to help me with that because some of those trunks are pretty big around, so he's gonna have to probably use the little chainsaw to cut those back. Then I can correct the drip situation there. I think there is one viable branch that I am gonna leave, and that's this one right here. So that's the only green one I see, really. So I am going to leave it, and I might take cuttings off of it, I'm not sure, but the rest of it's going to come out. So the African daisies, they die every other year, but they reseed themselves. So yeah, oops, sorry for the shadow, bad shadows, but I need to weed in here. So yeah, the ceanothus is going to come out, and it is pokey prickly. I mean, it doesn't have thorns, but it's just, yeah, see, it's just, ugh. That's a chrysanthemum and an African daisy and a bindweed, all trying to grow together. This apple rubinette, this is one of those reachables. They only grow 2 to 4 feet, but it's bouncing back, so that's good to see. There's that buddleia. I may end up using that as a transplant. The Laurel Bay, all that new growth, look at it. So excited for that. So yeah, I didn't touch any of the old stuff. I just left it that way the plant could absorb some of the sun's energy. Looks like I am going to have to replace this pot though. Rosemary's doing good. We did move the rain barrel so that we could clean it out, and you know, so we're going to wait and do all the rain barrels at once this late fall. This apple, I'm not sure if it's going to make it. I'm going to leave it. I am going to leave it. I don't know that it's wick. We'll see. I'm just going to leave it. So the Allen Chickering salvia was doing good. Now it doesn't look like it. So I think there might be some water issues in here. So there is some green on there, so I'll probably put the hose in here and try to keep that alive. I still do not see any green on this buddleia at all. Not even one little leaf. Not one. So I'm going to have Gene, when he's taking out the ceanothus or cutting that down, I'm going to have him take this all the way to the ground, and we'll see if it bounces back. If it doesn't, I will pull it in the winter and then put that little one from over there. I will put it in its place. But I need the ground to be workable to do that. So that one has a lot more growth on it. I'm not going to walk over there. That's just a lot of weedy mess. But okay, so I'm going to pause it, and we're going to go out to the potager and the cottage garden and check on the goats and show you where we're at on the goat structure. I have some gate greeters. Hi, girls. Lewis. Oh, you want in? Okay. Come on. I just have to keep the girls from going out. There you go. Good boy. So let's see where to start. Oh, let's do the easy side first. So zucchini never really took a hit other than the chickens munching on it. I've been harvesting zucchini, and I do have something. I'm not sure if it's the chickens. Gene thinks he saw a squirrel, but there is ends of zucchini that kind of look a little munched on. But I've had to set up a little hokey system so the chickens don't get in here. But I have pumpkin blossoms, you guys. I think they're just male blossoms, but that's okay. They will bring in the pollinators to get me going on some pumpkins. So I'm excited about that. I just need to cover it up so the chickens don't get in there. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, I saw blossoms on there, so I need to get that ring off there. Hopefully this next weekend I can do that. But there's really not much change over here other than weeds. There's a salvia that's kind of going for it, so that's kind of nice. I need to move that flag stand, but look at the Litchfield angel roses, you guys. They are trying like crazy to be pretty. Oh my gosh. They're little blooms, definitely little blooms, but they're trying. So there are some dead canes, but I'm going to leave everything until January, February, when I give it a prune. So I'm not sure what happened here. See, they tried to grow and then they died. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But there was a dove and 2 babies in the nest in that tree. And the other day, I mean, they were crowded. They were just barely sitting on there. And the other day they took off, and I have not seen them back since. So I'm going to probably take that nest out of there. We'll see. But there's the John F. Kennedy roses and the apple tree. And let's see. That Rose of Sharon, it's got new growth on it. So let's go take a look at that real quick. Let's go take a look real quick. Everything over here is doing okay. That Indian hawthorn, that spot, nothing likes that spot. So I might just ignore that spot after all. But, yep, see, there's new growth on there. So just going to leave it. Figs, the roses, now the apple tree. My entourage. Old Haggard. She's looking a little bit better. My olive eggers. That's Top Knot. And there's Red. She's the low order on the pecking order. Poor thing. Let's see. The chickens are loving the asparagus. They sleep in here all day. There's so many baby asparagus growing in here. Look at all these babies. Look at all these babies. Let's see. Gonna kind of, I'm not going in there because the wasp and the hornets are all, this time of day is forget it. I literally have to come out at night with a flashlight to harvest peppers, but that's okay. Tomatoes are loaded in blossoms and new growth, and I'm just leaving it. I'm just I could prune off some suckers, but I'm just leaving it for now. So there's lots of new tomatoes on there and lots of new growth. So there's that, and I just kind of have to hook that on there. Let's see, the thyme has new growth that we planted, I think, in a video before last. I saw flowers on this volunteer potato. There still is. So I'm going to give it a couple more weeks, and then I'm going to harvest what's in there. The parsley's got new growth. This chives is crazy. And then I planted, I'm going to do it from above. But see, the radishes are coming up. And I saw, oops, stepping on squash. But look at all that lettuce babies. So I have to lean over the netting that keeps the chickens out. We have some new squash forming. Hopefully they'll make it before frost. That one looks like it got stepped on, so that's not going to be any good. But these two are going to be able to be harvested. Look at that one and that one. It looks haggard, but there's the sunflower. That's that one. There's a mammoth. There's that one. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, look at it. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. So let's go this way real quick. I'm going to kind of try to hurry this up so it's not too long. But I think I'm going to make a batch of cowboy candy from the last jalapenos I got. See, cantaloupe are still doing really good. There's two nice size ones in there. There's a nice size one right there. There's a little guy in here somewhere. Or two little guys. Oh, what are you doing? And then the honeydew should be this next weekend, I'm hoping. Should be next weekend. There's one. There's one right there. And then there's two on the other side. And then there's one more in there somewhere. The Amish paste Roma tomatoes, a lot of blossoms. There is some dead growth. I'm going to just clip that off, but there's tons of blossoms. So I'm going to leave those. So that's really encouraging. There's new growth on those pulled green beans. So I may come spray them with a fungicide because I think that's a fungus issue. So, but yeah, they'll end up getting, they won't make it. They won't make it if I don't do something. So I'm just going to try it and see what happens. See all that new growth? Look at that. But let's see. Oh, there's that one. And there's that one. So I think we have, what, three, four. There's one right down there too. Where is it? That's a little guy. Look where. There it is. Okay, and then there's that little cantaloupe. There's two right there. There's two right there. Oh, and there's another one right there. I missed that one. So yeah, we'll have melon till fall. Oh, and that one right there. Where is it? Right there. So yeah, we'll have melons through fall, so that'll be really nice. And let's see. This iceberg rose. Oh, look at the Tulsi basil. Look at that. The comeback that made. Holy smoke. I need to get making some pesto. And oh, we have a goat out. Bad boy. Although you're eating morning glory, so don't eat the Daryl. He is our escapee. Ugh. Good gravy. I'm glad you didn't step on my seedlings. Oh. Okay, we need to get you back in. There's Vinny, our sick goat. Oops, wasp. So here's the cottage garden. Pretty much the same, except for taller. Some of those zinnias are darn near as tall as I am. So, go on, buddy. Go on, go do something. Go on. Go on, get. I don't know how he gets. Oh. Lewis. Vinny, our sick boy. He's doing a little bit better. He had a better day today than he's had in a while, so we're happy about that. Lewis, you can't eat those. But here's the goat structure. We're hoping to get that pretty wrapped up in the next week or two. So anyways, yep, there's our sick boy. There's our naughty boy. Yes, you are. You're a naughty boy, huh? Hi. Would you boop? He's been eating on the apricot tree. Peach tree's doing a bounce back, so no, you're not going in there. No, you're not. I'm gonna tell your dad. So anyways, guys, that's the mid-August tour. star thistle and all next to the lavender. You like it? Hey, that's how it goes. He loves morning glory though. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and like it, share it if you want, comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I usually respond within the hour or two of comments. No, you can't have the lavender. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I will have a few videos up, and the next ones planned are, like I said, the processing of the harvesting of the steer, and that's going to be a short video. Like I said, I'm not going to show the ugly, although it's instant, but it can be shocking for people. If you are a vegetarian and you don't eat meat, then don't watch it. It'll be clearly titled. It'll have a picture of the steer on the front as the thumbnail. So when you see that one and you're a vegetarian, then just skip that one. So, and he's eating my roses. And then doing the cowboy candy and all that good stuff. So remember to always be kind and do what makes you happy. Thanks, guys. Bye.